Delhi's power game, Civil Service Authority will be formed. Only CM will not decide the transfer of officers. RBI announced withdrawal of 2000 rupee notes, cited clean note policy. Time given till 30 September. G7 meeting held in Japan. Group countries expressed concern over climate change. Net zero target set. Lumpy virus wreaks havoc on cattle. Many states under the grip. Government has accelerated vaccination. And excavation of graves in Kutch district. Many remains, including stone blades, found. Estimates of Harappan civilization. Recently, the Supreme Court had handed over authority of the posting and transfer of officers to the Delhi government. But now, a new twist has come to the fore in this matter. Actually, the central government has brought an ordinance to nullify the effect of the Supreme Court's decision. The ordinance has provision of making a NCCSA, that is, National Capital Civil Service Authority. Significantly, this ordinance has been brought after amendment in the National Capital Territory Government Act 1991. According to this, now the NCCSA will have the power to recommend posting and transfer of Group A officers of Delhi and DANICS, that is, Dadra and Nagar Haveli Civil Services. NCCSA will be chaired by the Chief Minister of Delhi. Apart from this, it will have the Chief Secretary of Delhi and the Principal Home Secretary as members. All decisions in the authority shall be taken by majority of the members present. However, in case of no consensus, the final decision will rest with the LG, that is Lieutenant Governor. It is noteworthy that Delhi has granted special status following the recommendations of the S. Balakrishnan Committee. Article 239AA was included in the Indian Constitution in the year 1991 under the 69th Amendment Act. According to Article 239AA, despite being a union territory, Delhi will have a legislative assembly which will have the right to make laws in matters other than police, public order and land. Recently, Home Minister Shri Amit Shah has announced to bring a bill. In this bill, a provision will be made to link the birth and death register with the voter list. According to the Home Minister, registration of births and deaths is important for updating the citizen register, electoral roll, and the list of beneficiaries of welfare schemes in the coming times. Along with this, he also launched SRS, that is Sample Registration System Mobile Application System. Significantly, under SRS, birth rate, death rate, as well as other fertility and mortality indicators are estimated. For this, a large-scale demographic survey is done every year by the Office of RGI, that is Registrar General of India. Under this, geofencing of the blocks to be covered is also done, so that no manipulation of the data can be done. According to the information, this bill will be introduced after amending the Birth and Death Act 1969. The proposal to amend the registration and maintain the database at the national level will be available with the Registrar General of India. This will facilitate updating of databases related to population register, electoral register, Aadhaar, ration card, passport and driving license. Recently, RBI has announced to withdraw Rs 2000 note from circulation. However, according to RBI, these notes will continue to be a legal tender. To put it in simple terms, the public may continue to use them for transactions. However, time till September 30 has been given to exchange the Rs 2000 note. The central bank made it clear in its notification that only Rs 20,000, that is, only 10 notes of 2000 can be exchanged or deposited at a time. The Reserve Bank of India has said that it has taken this decision in pursuance of the Clean Note policy. The Clean Note policy seeks to provide good quality currency notes and coins with enhanced security features. Significantly, earlier also the RBI had decided to withdraw from circulation all banknotes issued before the year 2005, as they had lesser security features than the banknotes printed after 2005. Let us tell you that RBI had issued notes of Rs 2000 in the year 2016. For this, RBI is the only authorized agency under Section 22 of the RBI Act 1934. Whereas, according to Section 24, notes up to a maximum denomination of Rs 10,000 can be issued in India. Whereas, Section 25 deals with the design, form, and contents of the note. According to this, only the design of the note approved by the central government after considering the recommendations made by the Central Board of RBI can be recognized. Recently, the 602nd meeting of the Central Board of Directors of Reserve Bank of India was held. In the meeting, RBI decided to give Rs 87,416 crore to the central government in the accounting year 2022-23 as surplus. Along with this, it also decided to increase the contingency risk buffer from 5.5% to 6%. Earlier in the accounting year 2021-22, RBI had transferred Rs 30,307 crore to the central government. Reserve Bank surplus is the amount that is transferred by the RBI to the government every year. This surplus is the amount left after meeting all the expenses of the RBI. Surplus transfers reduce the fiscal pressure on the government. Section 47 of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, Allocation of Surplus Profits, provides that the bank shall transfer the surplus to the government after meeting all its expenses. Actually, the Reserve Bank has several sources of income. In this, the open market operations is the main one. Under this, the central bank buys and sells bonds in the open market, also earns interest from it. Apart from this, transactions in the foreign exchange market are also its source of income. Under this, the Reserve Bank buys the dollar at a lower price and sells it at a higher price to make a profit. Recently, the central government has amended the rules of FEMA, that is Foreign Exchange Management Act. Its purpose is to bring the amount spent on credit cards outside India under the purview of LRS, that is Liberalized Remittance Scheme. In such a situation, experts say that people using credit cards abroad may find it costly. Actually, after the advice of RBI, the government has changed the rule related to it. These new rules will be applicable from July 1st. After this, 20% TCS, that is tax collection at source, will have to be paid on credit in other countries. It is paid by the seller, dealer, vendor, shopkeeper. However, it is recovered from the buyer or customer at the time of selling the goods by them. Significantly, in Budget 2023, the government had increased the rate of foreign tour packages and TCS from the existing 5% to 20%. These provisions will come into force from 1st July 2023. In this, exemption has been provided on education and medical expenses. According to the new provisions, the facility of claiming tax return on TCS is available. Let us tell you that the liberalized remittance scheme was introduced in the year 2004. Its purpose was to facilitate parents to send money to their children studying abroad. However, transfer is allowed only up to $2.5 lakh in a financial year. In addition, LRS also provides foreign exchange services to Indian citizens for medical expenses or travel. However, corporates, partnership firms, HUFs, and charitable trusts are not eligible to use LRS. On the other hand, if we talk about FEMA, it was enacted by the Parliament of India in the year 1999. It was brought in for the purpose of administering foreign trade and exchange transactions. It officially came into force on 1st June 2000. Recently, the G7 meeting was held in Hiroshima city of Japan. Along with the countries of the G7 group, India also participated in this meeting. Many issues were discussed in this 3-day summit, but the main topic of discussion was climate change. Here, the G7 has set a target of net zero emissions by the year 2050. Let us tell you that net zero emissions refer to achieving an overall balance between greenhouse gas production and greenhouse gas emissions from the outer region of the atmosphere. According to a recent report, the year 2019 had the highest emissions ever. However, it decreased in the year 2020 after the corona pandemic. But emissions went up again in 2021. As such, the G7 summit has asked all major economies to achieve net zero status and come up with a detailed roadmap to reach the target. Along with this, the G7 group has also talked about taking steps like eliminating subsidies in the direction of ending the use of fossil fuels. Significantly, a study has claimed that the year 2023 may prove to be the hottest year ever. On the other hand, if we talk about India, it has talked about achieving the goal of net zero by the year 2070. India can reach the peak of emissions by the year 2030. However, India has taken several steps towards net zero. This includes a target of achieving about 50% of cumulative electricity installed capacity from non-fossil fuel-based energy resources by the year 2030. Along with this, it has also resolved to achieve the target of producing 450 gigawatt of energy by the year 2030 with the help of solar energy. Apart from this, India has also announced hydrogen energy mission for grey and green hydrogen. Recently, FIPIC, that is Forum for Indo-Pacific Islands Cooperation Summit 2023 was organized. The conference focused on expanding India's engagement in the Pacific region. It was co-chaired by the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, James Marape, along with the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Although it was to be organized in the year 2020, it had to be postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In this recent conference, Prime Minister Modi has promised to provide desalination units, that is, plants that convert salt water into potable water for all the countries involved in the group. Along with this, he also talked about organizing Jaipur Foot Camp in Papua New Guinea. Such camps will be organized every year from 2024 in these island countries. Apart from this, a super specialty cardiology hospital will be set up in Fiji, the entire cost of which will be borne by the Government of India. Let us tell you that FIPIC was started in November 2014. Apart from India, it includes 14 island countries located in the Pacific Ocean. These include the Cook Islands, Fiji, Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Micronesia, Nauru, Niue, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tonga, Tuvalu, and Vanuatu. Many of these countries have large EEZs, that is, exclusive economic zones. Significantly, EEZ is the distance up to which a coastal nation has rights over the ocean. It includes both living and non-living resources. It generally extends up to 200 nautical miles or 230 miles from the territorial sea of a country. Let us tell you that the total annual trade between India and Pacific Island countries in 2021-22 was $570 million. In this, Papua New Guinea is the largest trading partner in terms of value. Trade items include plastics, pharmaceuticals, sugar, mineral fuels, and ores, etc. In a recent study, shocking facts about El Nino have come to the fore. According to the study, there is a possibility of El Nino in 2023. Due to this, by 2029, the world is estimated to suffer a loss of $3 trillion. Losses are expected to reach $84 trillion from 2020 to 2099. For your information, let us tell you that this study has been published in Science Journal. During 1982-83 and 1997-98, economic growth slowed for more than 5 years following an El Nino event. In India, the loss due to El Nino in 1982-83 and 1997-98 was 3% and 1.5% of the country's per capita GDP respectively. According to experts, the effect of La Nina, which has been going on for the last 3 years, has ended this year. With this, El Nino is likely to hit by the end of this year. According to a United States agency, there is a 90% chance of El Nino hitting this winter. Let us tell you that El Nino and La Nina are complex weather patterns of change in ocean temperature in the equatorial Pacific. It is also called ENSO, that is El Nino Southern Oscillation. El Nino is the warm phase of ENSO. Its frequency is more than La Nina. La Nina, in contrast, is the cooling phase of ENSO. Like El Nino, La Nina events occur between 1 and 3 years. It usually does not last more than a year. Both events peak during the Northern Hemisphere winter. Recently, the US-based University of Hawaii has developed an AI tool for coral reefs. With its help, it will be easy to identify coral reefs from space and measure their area. In this way, with its help, researchers will be able to monitor the health of coral reefs. According to experts, this tool will be able to identify coral reefs by monitoring reef halos. Significantly, reef halos are formed like a pattern of sand rings. These patches are found around the reef. These are also known as grazing halos or sand halos. According to the researchers, their presence is clearly visible in the images obtained from the satellite. That's why coral reef can be easily identified through them. Let us tell you that coral reefs are made of small polyps. They are bound together by calcium carbonate. Coral reefs are helpful in preventing the erosion of the coastal area. They are considered very important for the aquatic environment. They are the primary source of food in the marine ecosystem. Along with this, coral reefs also serve as a habitat for many marine creatures. Significantly, the health of marine ecosystems is dependent on corals. For this reason, it is also called the oceanic rainforest. If the report of America's National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is to be believed, then about 30 to 50% of the coral reefs have been destroyed so far. For this, other reasons like global warming, increasing level of pollution, and change in seawater temperature are believed to be responsible. Recently, a study has been done regarding the effects of arsenic. According to this, even small amounts of arsenic can affect the mental development of children, adolescents, and youth. Prolonged exposure to it is affecting a large population of the world. For this reason, it is being speculated that in the coming times, it may emerge as a silent epidemic. Recent studies have found grey matter reduction in people exposed to arsenic. Significantly, grey matter is that part of the brain which is considered very important for cognitive functions. In addition, weaker connections have been observed within key parts of the brain of those exposed. This has profound effects on the ability to concentrate, switch between tasks, and store information temporarily. According to experts, in many parts of India, arsenic is leaching into food through groundwater. According to them, arsenic is mainly found in rice. West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Assam, and Manipur have long been recognized as areas with high arsenic presence in foods. Let us tell you that arsenic is a natural element which is found in soil and water. If we talk about its side effects, according to WHO, continuous exposure to arsenic causes skin-related problems. In addition, arsenic also affects the neurological and reproductive systems. Apart from this, it also causes heart-related problems, diabetes, respiratory and gastrointestinal diseases, and fatal disease like cancer. Once again, cattle of different states of the country are falling prey to lumpy skin disease. In the last 2 weeks, more than 10,000 cases have been reported. However, the Union Ministry of Animal Husbandry has said that the situation is not critical right now. Along with this, the ministry has urged the animal rearers to get them vaccinated. Significantly, lumpy skin disease is an infectious disease. It is caused by a virus called Capripox virus. In this, infection spreads from one animal to another. Lumpy skin disease mainly spread among animals by the bite of mosquitoes and flies. Its symptoms include high fever in the infected animal, loss of weight, continuous watering of the eyes, and rash on the body. Due to this infection, the animal has difficulty in eating and chewing. Due to this, their weight decreases rapidly, and it also has a profound effect on their ability to give milk. In India, the government is running a vigorous vaccination campaign against this disease. This campaign is being run under the Livestock Health and Disease Control Program. However, according to the ministry, the animals have acquired herd immunity against the disease. Let us tell you that when some percentage of people or organisms of a society or group develop immunity to disease, it is called herd immunity. Recently, many important information about the Harappan civilization has been obtained from Khatia village of Kutch district of Gujarat. 197 graves have been excavated here. Since 2018, an international team of archaeologists has discovered 500 tombs. This area is spread over about 16 hectares. Excavations have yielded a bangle of oyster, pottery, stone blades, many remains of human skeleton. Researchers say that this cemetery is about 5,000 years old, which is estimated to belong to the pre-urban phase of the Harappan civilization. Although researchers are still engaged in solving this mystery, a fragment of an oyster bangle collected from the cemetery was tested at the Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad. Test results have shown that it dates back to around 2850 BC. In addition, the pottery found with the grave, mainly red ware, buff ware and grey ware, are being compared with pre-urban Harappan pottery from Sindh and Balochistan and northern Gujarat. Researchers also say that the soil of Khatia area is acidic. This makes it easy for the dead body to decompose rapidly. Hence, it is becoming difficult to extract DNA from the samples excavated from here. Significantly, the Harappan civilization is one of the oldest civilizations in the world. It flourished along the banks of the Indus River from about 5000 BCE to 1000 BCE. Its period from 5000 to 2600 BCE is known as the pre-urban Harappan phase, and the time between 2600 BC to 1900 BC is known as the urban Harappan phase. It was from here that the downfall of this civilization started. After this, the period from 1900 BCE to 1000 BCE is considered the post-urban Harappan period. Recently, DRI, that is Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, has seized about 18.1 kg of ambergris. The seizure was made off the Tuticorin coast of Tamil Nadu. Its market value has been estimated at around Rs 31.67 crore. Let us tell you that ambergris is a solid and wax-like substance. It is obtained from the sperm whale. However, only 1% of sperm whales produce ambergris. Ambergris is often found floating on the seashores. Because of its high value, it is also called the floating gold. It is mainly used in making perfume. On the other hand, if we talk about the sperm whale, then this sea creature is found in the temperate and tropical water area of the world. Significantly, in India, it is a protected species under Schedule 2 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. As such, its hunting or possession and trade of any of its products is illegal under this act. Recently, Union Minister Amit Shah was on a 2-day visit of Gujarat. During the visit, he laid the foundation stone of the campus of NACP, that is National Academy Coastal Policing, at Okha in Dwarka district. Its primary objective is to improve the skills and capabilities of coastal police personnel. Actually, in the year 2018, the National Coastal Police Academy was approved by the Prime Minister Modi. This is the first national academy in the country which will train police forces for effective protection of the coastline. It will cater to the training needs of 9 coastal states, 5 union territories, as well as central police forces. This will help in effectively dealing with the security challenges in the coastal areas. The cost of building this complex on more than 450 acres of land is likely to be around Rs 470 crore. Significantly, India has 15,000 km long land border and 7,516 km long sea border. Out of the 7,516 km long maritime border, about 5,422 km is the mainland border. Thus, in total, there are about 1,382 islands along the coast, 3,337 coastal villages, 11 major ports, and 241 non-major ports. Now it's time for the practice questions based on the bulletin. Questions based on today's bulletin are: first question is, consider the following statements regarding National Capital Civil Service Authority. 1. The authority has been established under the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 1991. 2. This authority will have the power to recommend posting and transfer of Group A and B officers of Delhi and all officers of Dadra and Nagar Haveli civil services. Which of the above given statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. Next question is, consider the following statements. 1. RBI released Rs 2000 note in the year 2016. 2. Under Section 24 of the RBI Act 1934, notes up to a maximum denomination of Rs 10,000 can be issued in India. 3. Section 25 of the RBI Act 1934 deals with the design, form and material of the note. Which of the above given statements is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, or all of the above? Next question is, with reference to Forum for Indo-Pacific Islands Cooperation or FIPIC, consider the following statements. 1. It was launched in November 2014. 2. It includes 16 island countries located in the Pacific Ocean along with India. Which of the above given statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. Next question is, with reference to El Nino, consider the following statements. 1. El Nino is an example of a warm ocean current. 2. It originates in the Western Pacific Ocean near the coast of Peru. 3. Strengthening of El Nino leads to strengthening of Indian monsoon, which leads to flood situation. Which of the above given statements is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 2 and 3 only, or all of the above? Last question is, consider the following statements. 1. The National Academy of Coastal Policing was established at Okha in the state of Gujarat. 2. Its primary objective is to improve the skills and capabilities of the coastal police personnel. 3. India has 15,000 km long land and 7,516 km long sea border. Which of the above given statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, or all of the above? Recently, the 76th session of the World Health Assembly was organized in Geneva, Switzerland. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi addressed this session through online medium. During the address, the Prime Minister highlighted India's commitment to international cooperation. WHO was established on April 7, 1948. Its headquarters is located in the city of Geneva, Switzerland. Its objective is to raise the level of health of the people at the global level. Let us tell you that WHO's first global traditional medicine center is being set up in India. Recently, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi was conferred with the highest civilian honor of Papua New Guinea, Grand Companion of the Order of Logohu. The person who receives this honor is given the title of Chief. The Prime Minister has been honored for taking up the cause of unity of the Pacific Island countries and the Global South. Apart from this, Fiji's highest honor, the Companion of the Order of Fiji, was also awarded. Recently, the 44th edition of ISO Copolco meeting was organized in New Delhi. The meeting was organized by the Bureau of Indian Standards. This meeting started on 23rd May and concluded on 26th May. The program was inaugurated by Shri Piyush Goyal, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution. It was also attended by Copolco President MS Sadi Denton and other top officials. Significantly, ISO Copolco is a committee of ISO, that is International Standardization Organization for Consumer Policy. 168 countries of the world are currently its members. The committee develops global standards affecting a wide range of business and social sectors. Along with this, it also works to encourage consumer participation in the standardization process. India-US Working Group on Education and Skill Development was launched recently. It aims to bridge the skill gap, increase employability, and promote entrepreneurship in both the countries. Along with this, academic and cultural knowledge is also to be shared between the two countries. It is worth mentioning that the establishment of this working group was announced during the 2+2 ministerial dialogues held in Washington, D.C. last year. Under this, both countries will encourage interrelationships between educational institutions. Recently, GRSE, that is Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited, has started a campaign. As part of this campaign, the company has launched the GAINS Challenge, that is GRSE Accelerated Innovation Nutrition Scheme 2023 in Kolkata. Its objective is to identify and encourage technological process in shipbuilding by identifying innovative solutions. Also to address the current challenges in the ship design and construction industry. It may be noted that the GAINS 2023 challenge is a two-pronged process. A large number of people are expected to participate and share ideas. GRSE is India's leading defense shipyard and a first-class mini-ratna company, which has provided the first indigenous warship INS Ajay to the Indian Navy in 1961. Recently, a national campaign to update and verify the People's Biodiversity Register was launched in Goa. Its objective is to document and conserve the rich biological diversity of India. According to experts, so far 267,608 People's Biodiversity Registers have been prepared in the country. Apart from this, an exhibition showcasing the unique products of the Biodiversity Management Committee was also inaugurated during the program. The People's Biodiversity Register serves as a comprehensive record of various aspects of biodiversity. In this, information related to habitat conservation, land species conservation, animal breeds, microorganisms, and biological diversity of the area is recorded. Global Accessibility Awareness Day was celebrated recently. About 15,000 participants took part in it. This day is organized every year on the third Thursday of May. Its aim is to provide information about digital web, software, mobile, etc. to all the people. It may be noted that the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is the nodal body for setting the development agenda for the differently abled people of the country. It provides equal opportunities for prosperity and development to persons with differently abled to create an inclusive society so that they can lead a safe and dignified life. Recently, Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has condemned forum shopping. When litigants or lawyers deliberately try to transfer their case to a particular judge or court, it is called forum shopping. Plaintiffs and lawyers usually want to transfer the case to a judge or court where they feel the decision may be more favorable.